your mouth, bitch. Hey, hey, my little nigga, he'll catch a body for no fucking reason. Pocket shit for labor, baby girl, this ain't Polynesian. Posted up in day, doing fraud, popping perks with demons. Say I need that money on delay, you play committing treason. I know that he was selling bricks, but he done turned to deacon. And I done did that time, so I slowed down, I started thinking. I know a bitch who hold a nigga down for no reason. I'm headed out of town, I'm in the bottom, I'm talking bikini. You know I want that fancy shit in Audemars. Fucking bad bitches, fast cars, free my nigga Rod. She gon' give me brain, just cut my name, she say that I'm a star. Why they acting like I ain't the same nigga that parked the car? And you know that we been having motion. 100 off of Truist, 50 on the chase, I'm coast to coastin'. I was trapped out sitting in that prison while my time was rolling. I dropped 30 bands up on the cube and now my time was golden. I can't rekindle with no frenemies. I just left the woo lady.
That ain't in my pay grade. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Watch it.
Yeah.
Live. Yoda, what it is, country ass nigga. We're live, and I don't know how the fuck that happened, but we came in. What's up? Y'all already know what the fuck going on here on another Friday.
We live.
Yeah, look alive, nigga.
Hey, it's another Friday. Do what you want to do podcast. We got a gang in the building. We got the whole gang in the building.
Yeah, we are hanging good tonight.
Hey, we hanging good tonight. We got some special guests in the building. We got home team in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they blessed us with their presence. Hey, these are like, some of these is like behind the scene hitters.
Yeah.
If you want to take off like a rocket, you got to come tap in.
The big wigs right here.
Yeah, these the big wigs. Yeah. When you call corporate, this is who you get.
This is who you talk to.
This is who you talk to when you call corporate.
The big wigs.
You feel me? Hey, man, we going to let them go down the line and introduce themselves. We already know who they are. I'm going to start with my right. Go ahead. Let them know.
Hey, y'all. Adriana, Thomas Adriana on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everything.
All that. Hey, what's up? It's your boy City. City the host. City on everything you'll see. Find me on iPartyWithCity.com.
This is Miss Ciara, and you can find me on Instagram and all other platforms at Sierra Acquaintance, the event planner, or Instagram, MISSEP_Sierra.
Yeah, because I'm quiet on this one.
You know we got to get the professional shit out.
I'm about to say they're super professional with it, dog.
We home. What's good, y'all? This is Kid J Yoko from J Yoko Entertainment, founder, manager. I do all this stuff in the music business. We'll figure it out later, and we here.
Tight. Y'all already know what's going on. Buckle up and look alive. There's going to be a lot going on tonight, so keep up.
They on. They got a special event coming up this weekend. So tap in. It's this weekend, right?
Yes, it's
this
Sunday,
weekend.
March 30th. It's all about the ladies at Blue Cafe, 2 p.m.
Okay.
Right.
Now, being with my dog City years ago, I was able to go to the event and just be a spectator. Like I was just watching it and it was really great. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a lot of vendors. It was a lot of ladies. It was a lot of. Matter of fact, it was the year.
Dreams Come True brunch.
Yes.
What's the artist? The lady out of Duval. She just got married. Or about to. Tokyo.
Yeah.
She was there.
Was a long time
that
ago.
year. Yeah.
That's like one of the earlier.
That was one of the first
ones. But it was a great event. I'm telling you, like.
Damn, that's so bad.
See?
Been doing this a long time, man.
Oh, man,
Well, I came with City because, he been hosting it for a long time.
Yeah.
City, for the ones who don't know, brother, because I know we got, you on the time schedule.
Yeah, you're on the time schedule.
The ones who don't know, let them know, like, you feel me? You a big, one of those, what they call the people who fuck with the puppets and shit. But what's the ventriloquist of the industry for real? Let them know what you got going on, bro.
I just celebrated 21 years in the game.
That's a milestone. Big shout out to you, bro. That's a milestone, bro.
Because we was in high school and he was rocking out. You feel me? We was going to Caribbean on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we were having some fun back then.
So how it being that deep in the game, bro?
I love it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I feel like I'm still 5 years in. You know what I'm saying? I love what I do. You know, so it's a passion of mine that I was able to turn into a whole career.
How it even got started for you?
Oh man, that's a long story. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Got a little bit of time, make it short.
Real. All right. All right, 30 seconds. I'd say, and Riley know this. My boy Riley. I played high school basketball.
Okay.
Scholarships. Lost all of them playing with my coach. Kind of went into depression. You know. Started clubbing real hard. Prior to that, I never went to a club prior to me becoming a DJ. I never went to teen clubs. Never went none of that. Didn't really actually care for music. Started going to the clubs real heavy. Met up with Disco. You know, big OG, and he took me under his wing, and I told him I wanted to do it, and he put me on the right path. You know,
Shout out to Disco.
Following-
Shout out to JR too.
You know, following him and Disco JR, you know, they showed me the path, and you know, I was able to turn a hobby into a career.
Right.
You know, and went forward and met up with Frontline Promotions back in the day, and Pat Nixon, Willie Fisher.
See, I ain't gonna lie. See, you been in a dub, Rose, from the city. So it's like you seen this shit from the ugliest
beginning.
moments to
Yeah.
how it's flourishing right now. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
So like, how was that even seeing the transition of the music scene in the city?
I don't gonna lie to you. I don't know if the clubs is really flourishing.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the music. And
Oh yeah, the music. Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, yeah, but see
For me, I love the fact that the artists now have more outlets to get their music out. You know, back then you had to have a bag to be an artist.
Right.
Like you had to have a bag. You know, like you know, I mean, I used to be part of artist development back in the day, and we used to start off with like, we used to tell labels that come to us like, yo, bro, you got to start with at least 5,500. We talking about flyers, CDs, posters, you know, email blasts, text blasts,
Right.
you know, back in the day. So, you know, I'm happy that, you know, it involved. I just feel like today a lot of artists don't learn the business side of the music business.
You think it's easier now than it was back then?
Definitely. More outlets now. But like I say, I mean, you have to learn the business side of this. You know, I tell any artist, the cheapest thing to do it is to make a record.
Fact.
Google monetize all this stuff.
That's the cheapest thing to do is make a record. The money don't stop there. You know, I just tell artists, just make sure if you love what you do, invest into your knowledge of it.
That's a fact.
Right.
know,
You gotta
so-
become a master of it.
Yeah.
You have to.
Got to.
You know, so just learn it, you know, soak it in, you know, learn from older people, learn from your mistakes, and, you know, try to stay focused. You know, it's a lot of more bad days and good days in this. You know, you just got a lot.
More losses. More
You know,
losses than
What's the
wins.
biggest lesson you done had doing the dub in this shit, man?
Not putting my eggs in one basket.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a big one. That's a big one. Especially like, and that's a catch-22 to that, because you just said like mastering the craft you in,
Yeah,
but understanding how to diversify in your craft.
definitely.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I tell a lot of people, like, the only way I was able to survive in this is because I tell every DJ, MC, this is music, learn it. Not only hip-hop, learn R&B, learn top 40, learn reggae, learn it. You know, I was able to learn those because of my Caribbean background, but it was able for me to, throughout the whole week of being in the club 7 nights a week, from my Monday a strip club, my Tuesday a college night, my Wednesday a hood night, my Thursday a white night, my Saturdays I'm traveling. You know, it was able to be diverse in it. Was able to keep me.
Said a white night.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
It's just
sir.
a crazy way to identify, you know.
I mean, you
That's
know,
what it is.
That's yeah.
You know,
I'm
the white
talking.
night.
Bro, you ever been to before it shut down?
White.
Guilt
Guilt
on
Thursdays.
Guilt on a
Thursday
Thursday-
night.
what?
You talking about 1,800 kids? Yeah, you know, 1,800
get
kids.
$5 drinks.
You know, running through like $10,000 in White Claws. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Not the
like
white
seriously.
girl,
Yeah, like,
What
yeah.
are you playing?
What do you? I mean, me. I'm gonna tell you the crazy thing about me is
Playing
the
at
fact
the
that
disco?
nah, you'll be surprised. I mean,
I love it. No, for real though.
it's a lot of diversity.
These days they
stuff.
want to hear nigga shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you really got to, like I say, if you're in music, you really have to learn all crafts of it. You know, you have to tune into it. You know, me personally, tell you the truth, I didn't really get into hip hop until I became a DJ.
What was your interest before?
I was R&B,
Okay, old school shit.
you
Like,
know, Caribbean, you know, and no, I'll tell you the truth. I mean, none of that. It was just I started with disco, so you know, disco. We was straight in. I didn't start doing older folks crowds. So I got with Frontline Promotions. You know, being 22 years old, hosting a 40 and up party. You know, I didn't buy my first suit until I became with Frontline. You know, I ain't know nothing about suits. You know, I literally, like, I had to go buy my first suit. You know, it just, you know, taught me a lot doing that stuff.
Shit, so last question before I get you going, brother. But like, what was your biggest accomplishment? You feel like? 20, I know I keep saying the 20 years, but to do something for 20 years and then to do it in the environment we in for 20 years and still be relevant, still doing it, that's an accomplishment, brother. For real. You feel me? What easy, especially where we
burn
at.
out, fizzle out.
Shout out BMO, X-Line Dinner, but she said something one time. She was like, Orlando is like the Bermuda Triangles for like entertainers and people in the industry for real, like for real though, because you have somebody to do something for 20 years in our city is crazy. You feel me? So what was your back to the question though? What was your biggest accomplishment in this shit, bro?
I would say my biggest accomplishment is also my biggest fear that I struggle with every day. And if you know me, and it's funny, when I would Disco on the City Boys, Disco didn't learn until maybe like the first 3 years I was with him. I stuttered for a living. I stuttered my entire life, you know, but on the mic I don't. You know, so being able to grab the mic and do what you do every night in front of thousands of people and hoping that you don't stutter, you know, or do something crazy, you know, it just comes down to, you know, facing your fears every day. I think that's my biggest accomplishment, and being able to stay level-headed and keep the main thing the main thing.
That's real.
I keep it business at all times. You know, you can't put your emotions in this. You can't put your feelings in this. Put your feelings into your craft. But you cannot put your feelings into this because it will fuck you over in the end. You know, so.
Put that in the notebook.
That's a fact.
Write that down.
You know, that's the most important thing.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how big is it like networking with other DJs, or is it like every man for themselves?
I'm 50-50 on that, and the reason why I say that because I started off, you know, I tell any new DJ, young DJ, if you're in the game, I don't care how, the number one thing is networking. You know,
In the beginning,
always. Networking never stops.
That's a fact.
You know, it never stops. You know, networking is the key because at the end of the day, you know, like when I started, we didn't have somebody can just, hey, who you is? Let me look you up on social media. You know, we didn't have that. You know, in order to do this, your name had to be reputation. You know, you had to actually go to a club and rock out. You know, but networking is very key. Networking got me with when I ran with Backwoods Cigars, with MP3 Wax, Black Bottle Boys. Networking is everything. You know, because there's so many people I met as a street team person that's now CEOs of companies. People I knew was people I knew that was bar backs are now club managers. You know, it all comes. Networking never stops. You know,
That's a fact. Speaking of networking, how did this whole thing come about with the event and everything?
So basically, I always do a brunch called Dreams Do Come True Brunch, where I have the last 7 years, and I haven't did one since 23. It burnt me out, as we said, burnt out. I got burnt out in 23 real bad, and so I haven't done it. So some of them people have been hitting me up like, hey, I'm ready to vend. I need to speak. What we need to do? What can I help you with? I'm like, okay. So like the last year, they've been on my back. Like, when are you gonna do it? I'm ready to pay for my vendor fee. I even had someone say I will sponsor the venue. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I was in the studio with Jay like about a month and a half ago, and we were just talking. And I said, sis, we need to do something to bring the girls together. Like right now, people feeling real weary about the next 4 years. Some people, I was talking today at work, and they were just saying, like, you know, a lot of the black women, we checked out for the next 4 years. Y'all do what you need to do. We'll holler at y'all in 4 years. So I was thinking, if a lot of women is feeling that way, I just want to bring everyone together and try and motivate them. Let's have a good time. Let's get some knowledge. Let's network. Let's help each other go to the next level. And then on top of that, we're going to line dance later on, so it's going to just be a good vibe.
Boots on the ground, head ass.
They can't wait to play
What?
that.
I don't know how that country shit went sideways, but I love it. You hear me? I love every second of it. Yes, sir. Right up my country alley. You hear me? Yeah, boots on the motherfucking ground.
So crazy.
Yeah,
so I was saying, so I called City because City hosts all our events. When I was talking to Jay, she was like, do that shit, sis. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. But I procrastinated. That was what, January, February. But then March, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let's do it. So we've been promoting it, 24 days, I think. I have a goal right now. And I just need maybe 17 tickets, maybe 20 to be at my goal. So within 24 days. It's not a huge, because my previous brunch be like 300 people. Yeah. So this one's more of a mixer, just to let people know that I'm back.
Back rolling.
Yeah.
All right. So how'd you get in the mix?
Well, me and Ciara go way back.
Tight.
Actually, I went to FAMU Summer Rattler.
Okay.
And so I had to let that,
Yeah.
is that a Wildcat?
Yeah. You're a Wildcat.
Yeah, that cooked me up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hear none of that shit.
Stay over there.
Rattler always got to say that.
Bruh.
I don't care where you be at.
Right.
I don't care where y'all be at. Y'all always
calm
gotta-
that shit down.